shirt on. You know, I would have worn my Biggie shirt. That's how we feeling right now. You know?
How y'all feeling today, man?
I'm here with the queen, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready. No complaints.
Kwab, man, as we know, you've been having a busy year, man. It's been a lot going on, man. What tell the people just real quick, you know, just some stuff what you've been up to, man.
Well, we just got done with the legacy language with the young men. We did that tour to the Wauwatosa School District. Amazing. Real men, real talk. We broke numbers. The first 3 had over 100 people in there.
Oh, wow.
And being this is Men's Mental Health Month,
yes,
it's leading up to that. I'm rocking right now with the Black Holocaust Museum. We're bringing Poetry Unplugged over there. We got the big Poetry Unplugged weekend. We got Poetry Unplugged. And we got the Nike Jam in the park. So, you know, and I'm finishing this new book. So I've been trying not to be busy, but to be productive.
I love it. You're listening to Shift Chats, the podcast for folks in the midst of their becoming. I'm your host, Clarendria Addison, holistic mindset strategist and entrepreneurial therapist. This season, we're highlighting the people who didn't just pivot, but transformed. Today's guest is Kwabena Nixon, and you're about to hear a story that'll remind you you're not crazy, you're just evolving. Remember, the shift is happening now. Welcome to Shift Chats with my special guest, Kwabena Nixon.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We've had some very intense conversations, meetings and things, which we'll get into. But welcome.
Man, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. So today, we're just gonna get right into it. We just gonna talk and have a good conversation. I'm gonna start out with, I asked you to bring a picture. And so the question is, when you look at this version of yourself, what do you wish he knew? Or what's one thing you now understand that this younger you couldn't see?
That it was a purpose in your life. That it would be a purpose in all the pain you go through. Heal that little boy now, so the man won't have to keep healing himself, and that it's gonna get sweeter. It's gonna get sweeter, not easier, but it's gonna get sweeter.
Right.
I would, and I got that very picture in mind. You know, I could see him clear as day at like 13 years old, looking at downtown Chicago.
Right.
Like, what am I gonna do next? And it was a whole bunch going on around me, but I remember just looking at downtown, like, I want to see what that looked like.
Yeah. Because you said heal yourself now. That's what resonated with me. Heal yourself now so that you don't have to do it later. And when you think about that, do you feel like you had the tools at that time?
I've always been able to self-check.
Okay.
And I always knew when something was wrong. The people around me, and I love my mother and my family, but the people around me didn't have the tools to help me heal that boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't have the tools, but I could write and speak, and I was in touch with how I was feeling.
Right.
I was just not told to suppress it, but it wasn't nurtured. You understand what I mean? Like, oh, he can write, you know, he's smart, he gonna be okay.
Right.
That's what I was left with, right? So,
because writers don't make money, so you couldn't be no writer.
No, that wasn't
your little
even in the
self couldn't be.
conversation.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't. I come from two sides. I come from my dad and his uncles and the hustlers that they were. And the funny thing, they were the intellectuals quietly too. And then I come from the 9-to-5, hardworking.
Right.
Get that job. They got good insurance, benefits, and they hiring.
Right.
Right. So on the hiring side, it was always like, You got to get something with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And not that people didn't tell me. See, it's funny because nobody said don't do art.
Right.
Nobody was saying do art either.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a two-way street. But no, I don't think I had the tools. I don't think I had the tools to heal him at all. But what I believe I would have done is I wouldn't have been afraid to tell people that I
Okay.
was hurt
Yeah.
or that things were that I was questioning things. Like,
Yeah.
death happened real early in my young life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my grandfather's death was probably one of the most, like, that shook me out of character like never before, because I didn't understand what death was.
Right.
I was taught, I was in the room, he's sleeping, and when I woke up, he was dead.
Right.
And no, it was a lot of us in the house, so nobody took a time like, this is what it is. So the next time my father got killed, I really was like,
Sorry.
I'm not telling nobody. I didn't tell, like,
Yeah.
because I really think nobody cared.
So
personally.
now I appreciate you sharing that, because I know in the work that you do, like with the youth and the young boys, walk me through an example of how you have that conversation with them so that they know you can go and tell somebody. You should go and tell somebody. You should be talking about your feelings, because you're not really angry. These are your feelings that are coming across as anger.
And you know what? If I can't, I remember you gave me the emotion, the wheel of emotions, right? I remember you gave that to me, right? And I was going through them, and even I think I'm pretty versed in that. But I was like, oh, wow, I didn't pay attention that there are feelings I had. It's not just anger. This is frustration.
Yeah.
And this is not just frustration. This is disappointment. You know what I mean? I had to learn to define them. So with the young men and men, but
Right.
especially young men, all right? Let's take the context as, young black boys. Young black boys are not allowed to be boys. Protection, we scared that they get hurt. You got to have them tough in the sense that they got to go out here and deal with the
Right.
world. And what other young men of another colors are able to play and frolic, we expect young black boys to be aware of everything. Hey, you need to have a vision, and which is fair, but there's a point when they're still boys,
Right.
And depending on who's raising them, at 8, you really expect it now, toughen up, right? Okay. So I'm working with young boys who've been told this their whole time.
Right.
How do I go about it? One, I share my story. And when I share my story, I share it as not as a cautionary tale, but I'm gonna just open up and be vulnerable with you guys, what I've been through.
Right.
Once I share that breaks the ice. Then I let them see the similarities that they have, where I do this thing where we ask them, raise your hand if you ever lost someone to violence.
Right.
Raise your hand if you grew up in a house without your father. Raise your hand if you raise your hand if you ever thought you wasn't gonna wake up. You didn't care if you woke up in the morning, right? When the young men are looking at each hand go up, there's more similarities
Yeah.
now than differences.
Absolutely.
Changes the room. So now we've created a safe space. I've told them mine. I've seen theirs. I let them know clearly that what you say in here going to stay in here.
Right.
So we have a safe space. Now we can have dialogue.
Yeah.
When they have this dialogue now, what we're doing is just letting them get it out. My brother, shout out to Muhib Dyer. Just write.
Right.
No commas, no periods, no misspellings. Just write. Just talk. Don't
Right.
worry if you're cursing. Not that we advocate it.
Yeah.
We just want you to open up.
Yeah.
Let's open the sore all the way up. If it spills out, whatever, then we're gonna clean it up through the writing, and then we'll bring it back.
Okay.
So what you see is, 1, they hear a story. 2, they see change. 3rd, they write change, and now they get to reframe their story.
Yeah.
You get to reframe it, and you just basically saying that I don't know what happened to you. I will not tell you it's going to be okay.
Right.
But I will let you know it's okay to feel like you feel, to talk about it, and at some point start fixing
Right.
it. You know
and
what
so
I
the
mean?
healing is through the writing.
The healing
That's
is
where
through- yeah.
I love that.
It's through the writing, and it's also through the camaraderie of brotherhood and safe space. I think a lot of young men I work with, especially in this generation now, they'll say like, I don't want to get nobody to slide on me or backdoor me.
Okay.
Right? They really don't understand brotherhood, right? In the most smallest to the largest.
Right.
Right. I come from Chicago. Chicago's not a gang city. It was a gang culture. So you're not joining quote unquote the gang, you joining brotherhood. People are gonna acknowledge you for whatever you do.
Right.
People, you belong to something with a color, the handshake. So you just the kid that have nowhere to go, I can join in with them.
Right.
Right. So
But you're building a different type of brotherhood.
we definitely building, but I'm saying the principles of how do I belong? So we're able to let young men not only heal through the writing, but heal through brother, because we say, check in with your brother. So when I start the session, I have everybody rise and I play the song Family Reunion, and you got to walk around the room and grab somebody up and say, I'm glad you're here, King.
Okay.
And it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Right? They could have been arguing 5 minutes ago.
Right.
But we just killed that for a moment.
Yeah. Well, Mama, I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Question. Your words move people, but what words have moved you in your own shift?
Ooh, what words have moved me in my own shift? I give you one word. Presence. Being present.
Right.
In the moment. I would say being present. In the moment. Life is seasonal. And the poem by Gwendolyn Brooks, where she says, we die young.
Okay.
And she just gave that whole like 18 words of the most powerful poem I ever heard. Just to hear her say, we die young, we jazz June, we sing sin. And she broke it down. And I saw my whole life.
Right.
I saw everybody I knew. So those are the words that'll move me, you know.
Okay.
And anything by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. We love
Pac
old
too.
Stevie. Right.
I was listening to Pac on my way over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It did. No, it came on.
Right.
She had so many tears.
Yes, listen. Me, Pac has been one of the people that I go to, like, and I think sometimes people don't understand that, like, for us it's culture. Like, we want to hear
Man.
some good, cathartic,
Come
you
on.
know,
Come on.
healing.
Come on.
And I think he was so misunderstood often, you know.
But see, that's what I mean. And it goes back, it goes to the question when you say, what did this little boy see, right? Even then, what I saw was my black wasn't beautiful. You know, you're dark-skinned,
Yep.
your big nose, your hair, right? It wasn't beautiful, right? So if you grow up seeing that your black is not beautiful,
Right.
why would you tell people about your black, let alone? So our ugly is cathartic for us,
Yeah.
right? We're not celebrating it. It's cathartic. They're ugly. It's celebrated on the world stage, and it's stolen. But the thing about it is, all those artists, Led Zeppelin and all those artists, listen to B.B. King and all of them, and those artists died broke, and they still living rich.
What role has community played in helping you reinvent yourself?
That's where I got the name Kwabena from. My Baba here, Kwabena Robert Folsom and Kwabena Reuben Harpo, they were doing the Rites of Passage program.
Okay.
I was already aware of who I was as a black man because I studied black literature, black arts, and black history. But I hadn't tapped into the African spirituality and awareness of who I was. And I went to the Rites of Passage program at the Black Holocaust Museum. And Kwabena Folsom said, I was blown away. He said, if they came in this room right now and tried to do something to me, I'd defend myself. But if I died doing this, if these are the last words I say, then I did my God job. I had never heard a black man speak with that type of conviction other than the fighting on the block or my grandmother or my uncle gonna take care of me.
Right.
But he said that with the conviction of like, wow. So when I did that, I found out I was born on a Tuesday. Kwabena means male child born on Tuesday.
Okay.
They're the inspirator, he who gives light to great darkness. It's from the Fulani, from the Akan people. Once I got that name, I was reborn. Because coming from Chicago, I was his tone. And they make you go through every name you ever went through, every name you've been called. And I thought about the names I've been called.
Ooh, child.
You know what? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
It sent you somewhere, right?
Right.
Those
Yeah.
names have attributes, right? Kwabena was the one that says, I need you to be up here.
Right.
So when I went in the classroom, I carried it as Kwabena. When I went back to Chicago, my friends would say, man, you look different. And you talk different. It wasn't the dialect or the language, it was what I had started learning about
Right.
myself, which pushed me to read more, which pushed me to get involved more. I'm always been community based because that's what my grandmother was, and that's what our family was.
Right.
My neighborhood in Chicago, the Garfield Park area is one of the most violent areas now.
Right.
But in my time, it was one of the areas that reared me. And I've always seen men give back, hands down.
Right.
And I've never seen it where men wasn't involved.
So do you feel like your real men, real talk is your give back? Or one of them, because I feel like you got a couple of things.
Right. I think
going
it's
on.
one of them. I feel this way, and I'll say it this way too. Being involved in the community keeps me focused and balanced because I know somebody is always watching. And I mean that. And I know some people could say, well, how are you front? No. I know somebody is watching.
Right.
When my younger cousin was killed, I was so angry that I was about to throw all this away. And I never forget, I don't want us to start crying. But Caesar Stinson, may he rest in heaven. I remember Caesar grabbed my arm. I miss my guy. And I remember Caesar grabbing my arm and he said, Kwa. I said, I don't want to hear that. They said, okay. All right now, if you go do that, you giving every boy you work with permission to do that. Stop me in my tracks. The community helps me know somebody is watching, so that makes me go a little extra on what I do and don't do. And Real Men, Real Talk, in my opinion, that's probably the best work I'm in. I want to thank my man G, because G went out his way to have me be the facilitator.
Okay.
Because I said, no, I'm busy. And he was like, well, if Quad not doing it, I don't know any other person. And I mean, again, the emotion comes because they're black men, and I'm not saying what black women don't get or etc. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying brothers very seldom will tell what's going on with each other.
Yeah.
Right? Either you're going to cry when somebody die, you okay. Your mom get hurt or your friend get hurt. You can, but emotional, like, how are you?
Yeah.
The woman left you. You didn't get the job.
Yeah.
You don't have a relationship with your dad. A number of things. I don't care. You won't tell your guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's rough.
Right.
Oh, what's going on? I mean, I told you, I don't want to talk about it, right? I get to be in a room where 100 and some black and brown boys and men really open up about what's going on in their life. And unlike the workshops we do, they literally, and we have therapists in there. So we're having conversations around wellness, mental health, suicide, divorce, separation, all of that. Men in there talking, and it's not just they pouring, but we building back up. Because now you in the room and somebody say, "Oh wow," because I scripted, but at the same time, like you and I talking, we're talking here, and then it'll go there, and somebody will go, "Hey, that's me."
Yeah.
Whoa. And this somebody you've known for like 15 years, and they saying, and you like, "Oh man, I didn't." And then it goes on after that. And I've watched men become better fathers and husbands. And I'm a better man if I didn't have real men. If I didn't have real men, real talk over, as again, I don't want to get emotional because I am not okay. Literally, one of my friends committed suicide. My little cousin died.
Sorry to hear that.
I have had a list of it, right? Yeah. And I have not wanted to get up and go, but when I go to Real Men, Real Talk, I put my burden to the side for a moment.
Because you have built community, and it's interesting. I appreciate you sharing that because I know that a couple of male peers of mine have said, and this one guy did a thing for like Father's Day coming up, and he talked about men don't have a community. Like women have their little women's circle and you know, let's exhale and all the things, and black men especially don't have a safe space where they can go to most times and have these conversations, be vulnerable, right? Say how they feel, express all of the emotions on the wheel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And walk out feeling like, okay, I got that out, because half of the battle is getting it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting it out. Or if you don't have a space where it's see,
Yeah.
even if we have it, it's not appreciated.
Listen, I got a question for y'all. What are y'all shifting into? Because y'all been watching. We on season 3. I need to know. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. Remember, the shift is happening now. What rituals or practices keep you rooted as you evolve?
Morning libation, practice that faithfully. Morning prayer, meditation, and I have something called God time.
Okay.
If I can, for 30 to 45 minutes, there's no speaking. It's just writing and listening.
Yeah.
And I play John Coltrane, Love Supreme, faithfully through that time.
Okay.
Saying my mantras, saying
Yeah.
my chants.
Yeah.
And then it's silence. On my best days, I can be silent for 45 minutes, no words. I'm just listening to God.
Right.
I think those are some of my main rituals. And if it's a good night, at night, one thing I definitely will try to do is get to bed and just reflect on the moment.
Yeah.
You know, just give me a moment, like sit, unwind, and just listen to what the day is. But
Right.
my morning is my ritual. I don't mess around with my morning. I need my morning because
Yes.
that's my center. You
Right.
know what I mean? On a good day, I'm up at 5 in the morning. On a good day,
Okay.
right? But I'm not. I don't play with my morning. You cannot have that. You can have a number of things.
Right.
But my morning in my office, and my dogs.
Okay.
My squad.
Yeah.
I'm
I
walking
love
them.
that. I appreciate you sharing that, because I just recently read The Artist's Way.
Yes.
And one
Judy
of the
Cameron, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And one of the things was the journaling or the writing, the morning pages.
Yes. Morning pages.
Morning
yeah.
pages. And I had not, like, I'll write and journal and all the things, but I had not been so intentional and so consistent with it. So I did 84 days. My 84 days was up, and I'm on day 12. Today I started over because I was like, I really like the morning pages, because
I
it be
love
some
it.
stuff I want to
love it.
say, or that I'm thinking, or that I feel, or whatever. So I really appreciate you sharing that about, like, having a routine.
Oh, without a question.
You know, is really important in, you know, this journey I feel like that we're all on.
I wrote my first book off morning pages. I wrote the first book off morning pages because when I was writing, I was writing it for the writer's aspect. of
Okay.
it, right? So you're working on different techniques, rhymes, stuff like that. And when I went back, you know, it says, now go back and read what you wrote.
Yeah.
And you know, and like,
Oh, I was so anxious to go. I was like going through the book,
I
like,
did
when
at
do we
first.
go back?
I did.
and
I
read?
did at first,
When
and
do
I
I
stopped.
get to read?
Right. But when I went back, and I was like, you know, like, damn, did I say that?
Yeah.
I journal like crazy. I'm all into journal. I push journaling with people.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you, in gratitude, I do my best to have. I have a note. So you know the little index card. I write the date, and I write whatever I'm grateful, fold it, and I put it in the jar.
Okay.
I read it at the end of the year.
Yeah, I started that this year.
Yeah,
I got my jar this year.
That's what I mean. The morning. That's what I mean. That's the best. Other than 6 o'clock in the evening when the sun is purple with skies, all that.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the morning because you can hear it. I can see it, and whatever I went through the night before, unfortunately, you know, like losing people. Like I remember when I lost my guy. I just got up that morning.
Yeah.
You know? Didn't say much. I just was out on the porch at like 6 o'clock in the morning, just looking like, asking what happened, but
Right.
it was the morning.
Yeah. And you had to keep going. Yeah, loss is such
It's real.
a real thing, and I think, you know, for us in the city, there has been so much loss. So trying to, you know, continue to be able to work through that, you know, I just say one foot in front of the other. Like that's how we gotta, you know, keep that moving.
Don't become numb. Because I think for a moment, I will be honest with you, for a moment, I would think I was numb.
Yeah.
Because one of the cousins said something. He said, the best thing about black families is we get together when somebody die. The worst thing about black families, we turn to a big old machine. We go right into mode. Okay, who gonna do the obituary? Who gonna do this? Who got to get? it's just, you know what I mean? And then when it's over, we back to
Yeah.
mode. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all, and we can,
Yeah.
it's conditioned. And there's never a moment of like, whoa,
Breathe.
right, a real
Take it
breathe.
in.
Right.
Like,
No.
yeah. Okay, so I will go into ask you about, because you talked about the transition when you came to my office. How many years ago was that? Like,
It's right before COVID, right?
yeah.
Yep, it's right before COVID.
So
Or was it after COVID?
I
It was
feel
right
like
before COVID.
20.
It was right before, because Caesar had passed.
Okay.
Yep, it was right before, because that's 2019. Am I
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely around there, 2019,
Yeah.
2020. And I don't know, I don't even know how we got there, but I know that something, I don't know if you had did a show or did something, but something was on my spirit. You always will text me and like send me little messages, and we'll go back and forth. And I was like, come to my office because I need to just tell you this. So tell me about that transition after you came to the
But
office.
do you remember what you told me?
A little bit. I'll let you share what you remember.
I remember you saying, like, this is what I heard. You talented, you gifted. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Not just in Milwaukee. It's like,
Right.
I see, you was like, there's so much more for you.
Yeah.
Right? And you affirmed me so much that when I walked out, I really had to question, am I playing around or I'm really after it?
Right.
I mean, you were really like, I was saying things to you. You was almost giving me like, are you serious? Like, you don't think you can do this, But you really affirmed me that day. And I remember walking out the office and going home and going, stop playing. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking survive, and you was like, you need to be living.
Yeah.
You need to.
There was a comfortability.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah. And you really spoke to Quad, nah. And then right after that, you set me up with that program. Like, hey, right? So not only did you pour into me, you invested into me.
Yeah.
Right? And all it takes is I really believe when you walking in your purpose, somebody gonna remind you from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, Quad, I just want to talk to you. I'm like, all right. And remember, I walked in off guard. I'm thinking like, you want some coaching?
Right.
What? You was like, what you doing? What? You could be doing more.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm quiet. I'm being honest. Like I'm
Yeah.
I give that to people.
Right.
Well, so you traveling, you just push certain things, and I need at that very time, I needed it because it was comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, and if I can, this is a place where we can get comfortable. Because you can become the best at where you are in Milwaukee. And that might not be the best. That the measuring stick isn't the measuring stick you think it is. It's just you better than this person.
Right.
Or you doing better than them.
Right.
Versus this is what the global, national scale is.
Exactly.
Where are you in that? Because you're just doing enough.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, dear. It put me in a place where I needed to hear that.
Yeah. Because then you did the TED Talk.
Right away. We did
Like
the
you
TED
was
Talk.
on it.
I not only did the TED Talk, I think I ran I was texting you, hey, guess what? I ran the muck, Nashville. I did the tour.
Yep.
I did the whole tour through Nashville, Chicago, Green Bay.
Yeah.
And it was just flowing. You know what I mean? It was just flowing. The mind shift. You gave me a word, and it sent my mind somewhere, and it made me go home and reevaluate everything you were doing. So, I always, every time I see you, be like, hey, thank you.
I appreciate it.
We have to, you know what I mean, give those flowers when people hit us with the right things.
Yeah, and sometimes I think for me, because I do that all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a natural, like, I can see somebody be like, okay.
But let me ask you this, what made you do that? Because I was like, you gotta, when you are very seldom, with the exception of Muir, my brother Momentum in Chicago, and Caesar, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, you should be. What made you even think to do that? Because we knew each other.
Yeah.
We in circles.
Yeah. I feel like it was, again, like I have, and I don't talk about this often. I'm just really starting to share about. I feel like I do have this gift of seeing people. And then And I talked about this before.
Sorry.
Hearing the voice of God saying, "You are the mirror for many."
Mm.
And so if I'm the mirror and I can look at you and see you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like whatever came over, like I said, I can't remember the exact situation, and I'm not gonna make something up, but you had did something, and I was like, do he really know how big he is? Like how big he can be if he do the work and
Yeah.
if he's consistent, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, like I said, the comfortability and like
Mm-hmm.
being in the city and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is good. Like I'm
I'm
here,
him.
here,
Yeah. Yeah.
but what about when you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, taking the ego out of it.
Yeah.
And also for me, there's a challenge in sharing because sometimes I don't think people are able to be in receipt of,
Yeah.
because you could have been like, girl, who you think you are? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
What you
you
know
said, I'm
happens.
quiet. Like how you
Right.
going?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I think being able to have people know like my intentions are good, like
Yeah.
I want to see the best
Yeah.
in people,
Yeah.
and if I
Yeah.
can see, like I can see things in people that they probably don't see in
Mm-hmm.
themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and that you ask, but I can't really say because I think it's just a
No,
natural
I get
gift
you.
that I
I
have,
get you.
that is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
and we've, like I said, we've had conversations, we've been in similar spaces or whatever. So I think just from that, I was able to be like, I need to tell. And again, I do it all the time so people can take it and they can,
Mm-hmm.
do what they will with it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I said that to you, like,
You did. No,
you
when I
can,
was leaving, you was like, I just want to say that to you.
yeah,
You do what you choose with it.
yeah, yeah.
No,
So yeah,
sis,
for
I
sure.
thank you for that. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I do have my last questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to share a defining moment that shifted everything for you.
One or how many you want me to go through?
We just gonna do one,
I,
Qua.
I I tell you what. I tell you. I there are so many, but I tell you one. We were we was on 860. I'm still on 860.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought the Democratic National Chair to the room.
Okay.
And they was like, "Why we want you to interview him." And I remember they gave me the questions. I was like, "No, it's fluff."
Right.
I said, "No."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "I got some real questions to ask."
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't opposing, but he had that thing like, I'm the Democratic chair.
Right.
And I was like, nah, I ain't letting him get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I pressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was as good as I ever been.
Okay.
I was honest. I didn't fold.
Right.
I was sincere. There was no ego. And I just wish my dad was there to see it.
Oh wow.
Because that black boy from the West Side, I didn't fold. I didn't care about
Right.
the credentials. I didn't care about he walked in the room with Obama. They kept saying that. I was like, I give two damns.
Mm-hmm.
You came to talk to me.
Right.
And this
And I got some
is
questions.
what it's finna be. And I literally just held my own. Like,
Right.
I called my man in Chicago. I said, man, King, I just got off the red interviewing. I was like, yo, you did? I said, yeah. I said, I gave it to him.
Yeah.
I gave it to
And
him.
then you believe, so your dad, he saw that.
I do. I just think, it's a, you a dad, Father's Day is coming up. I'm not fond of Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I actually get Community Father of the Year
Okay.
award, right? And I told him no at first
Oh
because I felt I wasn't deserving of it.
no. Mm-hmm.
But that's a defining moment. I felt like I held my own.
Yeah.
Like.
And you do. You are definitely in the community with the, like you said, hundreds of people come to that monthly event.
Mm-hmm.
You going into the schools, like you definitely are providing that void,
Mm,
that some of the youth have that don't have someone
yeah.
that they can look up to and have, those real
Oh yeah.
conversations. Because y'all be having real
Oh yeah.
conversations.
Listen, Keith's being me. He being there with me. We walk out like, man, let's go. Let's go get something to eat.
Right. Yeah. Describe who you feel like you're becoming
uh,
and who are you leaving behind.
ooh. Uh, be honest at this moment. Uh, I'm leaving. I'm about to leave a lot of people behind and things. And for the first time since I left Chicago, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean leaving people behind like I'm better or
Oh
anything,
yeah.
but to become, so you read Think and Grow Rich, the 10,000, the mastermind. But the main thing is that what you got to become to be that,
Yeah.
right? And the person I know, so who I'm becoming in this season one, who I'm becoming, I have to really be patient. I cannot chase it no more. I have to really be patient. So I think I'm becoming the man I was supposed to have been 20 years ago.
Okay.
Unapologetic. Um, not my loyalty is not trauma bonded, and my loyalty is not neighborhood or business.
Yeah.
To do that, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Who I you what I gotta let go is who I used to be. Who I used to be, appeasing. Don't want to shine too much because you're gonna dim the people
Yeah.
around you. Um, full of shame and guilt. Uh, and I have to let go of what I want it to be versus what it really is. Because you can't get to that because you're still living in this. Oh, this happened. Because
Right.
time and people gonna hold you hostage.
Yeah.
That's just, if we can
Yeah.
be transparent. You ask me what I like, who I need to let go. There are things I know that I don't do. A friend of mine just said it's funny. A friend of mine just said this to me that, Kwa, we ain't seeing you like that. And I was like, I used to give a whole thing, and I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything personal. It's
Yeah.
just where you are, you know, where you trying to go versus where you were. So I have to let go of the appeasing, the guilt,
Yeah.
the survivor's guilt too.
Yep.
Of, hey, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Uh, even though shout out to my good brother G, 30 years, my man. I want to shout my brother out because G is always shouting me out in everything he do. He says quiet this, quiet that, but I have to shout G out. G has been my brother since I moved down here.
Okay.
He's been one of the great friends, supporters, confidants. That the world is missing a great man like Caesar Stinson. Caesar was an amazing dude, which
Rest
keeps
in
me
peace.
going.
Yes.
And my wife turned 60 this year, so happy birthday to her. She might not
Happy
want me to say that, but she having a big
60 where? She
Yeah,
is
60.
definitely not looking 60, honey.
Mom turned 75 and my sister turned 50.
Wow.
We've had, for all so I said all that to say this. As much as we have lost in life, we've had a lot of gains. And we have to stop counting our losses and start counting our gains. Life is seasonal. And whatever season you in, enjoy it. What do I mean? Spring is new. Summer is frolic.
Right.
Fall is chill. Winter is reflect. Wherever you at in your life in those seasons, just
Right.
remember that. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm in the seasons of being patient. So to anybody listening, my words is be patient. Don't wait, but be patient.
Right.
Because it really is a discipline that you have to have. And I leave you with this: whatever you lose in the fire, make life out of the ashes.
I love it. And the shift is happening when?
Hey man, right now. The shift happening right now. We shifted, man. And listen, Queen, keep doing your thing because I've watched your growth. I know the trauma you came from and wherever, but you're a true example of
Yeah.
taking your tragedy and turning it into triumph. So
Thank you.
it's a wrap.